adventures. We have a pause for a little bit, and now we come back. And then I'm gonna report our visit to Virginia. Yes, Virginia, one of the 13 colonies of the United States. You should know here, you should know this, because this is American history, and we are visiting Virginia. Let's go for it. Here is a proof that I was there, Virginia, and I took a picture of a license plate for a car. So our trip started in Los Angeles. Well, I'm not sure if we left Los Angeles or Ontario. So on that time, this was in 2008, so it was before all of you have been born. 2008. How many of you were born before 2008? Just me, and your parents and your uncles and your aunts, or your aunties. Anyways, we came from one side of the American coast in the Pacific, and then we traveled all around to Virginia on the other side, one of the first colonies by the British in the United States. So here is some pictures of a park that we visit there. Vovo and Vovo were visiting the place, and see, it's a very beautiful place there. Here is Uncle Andre with Vovo, and they have this arch that is very interesting in the middle of the park. So we visit Vovo'S museum, and then we will have the first video of this presentation now.
So there is a guy there, whatever he is doing, in the wax museum. So there is a guy there, whatever he is doing, in the wax museum.
Well, I tried to play checkers with these guys, but they were not giving me any attention. Why is that? Because those are wax people. I don't know if this guy is knowledge. He looks like Kirk Douglas or someone. This on the left side there. And then I have some friends that I met there, and even Marina met some friends. You know whose guy is that? John Wayne. Yeah. So this guy is John Wayne. And then we have a lot of celebrities here, and oops! This is a head of whom? Just joking. I was not there yet. Boy, you are everywhere, Vovo. Yeah, I like the face of this horse. And then the guys are piling up things in their chariot, and I was helping them with that. And Vovo was here just to. She was happy with the situation. And then we found this picture there. I'm not sure if you know which picture is that, but this is the Last Supper. So this is Jesus Christ, and these are the apostles of Jesus Christ. And then I said, when I saw this picture, I said, well, I believe those are real wax people there. Let me show the next one here. Yeah, I took a picture with those guys in front of the museum, and just to, well, it was my first picture with Jesus. Okay, let me talk a little bit. Some of you have to know that Jesus was the Messiah. So he came here to this earth about 2,000 years ago. That's why you have Christmas. Christmas is a celebration of the birthday of Jesus Christ. That we as Christians, we believe that Jesus Christ was the Son of the living God, the Son of the Lord that lives in heaven, and he came here to rescue us from our destiny. He gave to give hope, and hope to live eternally. So he went back to heaven. So he came here, he was born here, and he was killed here. And then one time I can explain why he was killed. But then he resurrected and he went back to heaven. And now he is in heaven preparing houses, preparing cities, preparing places for us, for those who believe in him. And I believe in him. Don't you believe in him? Yes, Jesus Christ is in heaven, preparing a place for us to live eternally, not a few years, thousands of years with him. And then we went to Jurassic Park. What? Well, it's supposed not to be Jurassic Park, but we found this dinosaur statue there and decided to take a picture sitting on its tail. Huh? It must be a friendly dinosaur. Brontosaurus, Arlie? Maybe Brontosaurus, huh? Or Brachiosaurus, whatever it is. And then we saw this guy in front of the museum. He was hiding a, what's that? Tyrannosaurus? Yeah, something like that. And then I was able to play with a bear. Have you played with a bear before? Okay, this was not a real bear, don't worry. This was also a bear that was, I think was just a skin of the bear, and then they put there so we would be able to take pictures with it. And then we went to the river. But I was very tranquil in the river because there is no alligators in Virginia, guys. Just relax. Oops! What is coming behind me? And then we have these big spiders, so we saw some animals there. Alligators, spiders, I think that's all. And then we found this over the river. So it's very interesting because this was one of the first states or first colonies of the United States, and we still have plenty of nature there. See, we crossed this river on the pencil bridge, and it was fun there. And then we salute everyone from the bridge. Hi guys, we are here in Virginia. And then we swim in the river. Uncle Andre and Vovo were swimming in that river. Yes, that alligator was not there. I will tell you, I put the alligator as a picture. There are no alligators in Virginia. It's too cold for them. They go up at most to North Carolina. That, by the way, also was one of the first 13 colonies. But they don't go to Virginia, as I know. Here we took a picture. These guys can swim with their foot because this is deep, and then we cannot touch the ground. I mean the bottom of the river with this picture. We have to go fast and then have our hands there, and fastly we go down. Then we went to the Lorry Caverns. That was something very exciting. So we saw all of these pictures here. By the way, this upper part is called stalactites. The down part is called stalagmites. So you have to learn those terms already. Stalactites in the upper, stalagmites in the down part. So I will ask you about that at the end of this presentation. So I was touching the stalactites. And then here we have a very good example of both. The upper tights, the down mites. Here we have one stalagmite that is very, very interesting. Looks like a cone. Then we have a picture with Uncle Andre and Auntie Arlene. When we visit them, they were living in Virginia on that time. And then we visit with them, and then we were able to go around the state of Virginia as a tour. Here's another picture of Vovo. And then the fried eggs. In fact, those are stalagmites that they grow from the bottom because the water comes from the stalactites full of minerals, and then they drop on the ground and they start forming the stalagmites. But sometimes the water forms different formats, and in this way this is petrified, this is rocky things, and then they form some different formats or forms, and here we have the famous fried eggs in the Luray Caverns. Here we are outside of the caverns, and then we have the guys there sitting, waiting for the next adventure. The next adventure was a museum of cars. So we visit the museum of cars, and we have this weirdo driver there. This is the Locomobile, 1941 Locomobile, and this is, they said that this is the American Rolls-Royce. If you are familiar with Rolls-Royce, it's a car made in London, in Britain, one of the most famous cars that they have in Europe and in the world. And they consider this to be the American Rolls-Royce. And then this is one of the first bikes. In 1869, they have this type of bikes. You can have some features here. The pedals are in the front wheel. They don't have a kind of what you call a chain. They don't have a chain for the back wheel. Today the bikes have a chain, and the traction is on the back wheel. But this bike was very advanced by that time, for that time. So Dexter, the guy that invented this bike, he put a brake here. See, there is a brake that you could turn this part here, and then you could stop the bike. So you hold the handbar, and then you move it forward or backwards. I don't remember because I never ride this bike, but I think I saw it there. And then you would stop the bike as a brake. Also, there is a feature here that you don't need to, when you stop pedaling, the pedal do not continue pedaling. I remember when I was a kid, I have a bike like that I hate, because I had to continue pedaling. If I stop pedaling, the bike wants to have, so you always have to pedaling. It does not have a free wheel circulating, and this bike from 1869 already have this free wheel. So you pedal, and then when you hold the pedal, the wheel continue running and without any problem. So the brake works like that. You turn the handbar, and then this will pull this wire here, this cable here. This cable will move this part here that will have a kind of compression on top of the back wheel, and then we'll press it and stop it. So very interesting thing. So now you know that there were bikes in 1869. And then this is the Model A, Ford Model A, one of the first cars invented. In fact, this is not a Model A itself, but this is a truck. Now, can you see? One of the trucks that were the first trucks that were invented as cars. So isn't that fun? And then we finish our first trip to Virginia. And then I was in the front of a lake giving you a salutation. Vovo'S Adventures in Virginia, United States. By the way, Virginia belonged to the 13 American colonies. So as you are studying, some of you, Carter and Alana, are studying history. You're supposed to start studying that. The 13 colonies in the United States were the first colonies that the British came to America, and they founded those colonies in different places, in the place that they call New England. Mostly the first colonies were Virginia, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So those are the first American colonies. And then those are the ones that became states later on, and then became the first states in the United States, and then the American country was amplified based on these colonies. And then they went south until Texas, and west until California and Oregon and Washington. So very interesting how this country developed. You are gonna learn in the history how the country developed and became a big country. The colonies were very small, located in a corner close to the Atlantic Ocean, but they developed. So now I'm gonna show you a video of a music that talk about the first colonies, the first American country, and then the music is America. And Vovo is gonna play the trumpet with that. So let's listen to the music, and thank you, and I will see you in the next adventures that we will go to Maryland. So the next adventures, Vovo's Adventures, is gonna be during the same trip that we did to Virginia, but then we visit Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States of America. I'll see you there. Okay? Bye bye.